So you're new here in the IEM world, and already on day one you're getting bombarded by so many options on the market that you're getting decision fatigue. And since you're so new, you don't know what information is actually important, what's not important, what you should consider and what you shouldn't consider. But fear not, in today's video, I'll clear that confusion for you. Hey friends, Timmy here, welcome back to another video on Giz Audio, and today's video is a super noob guide to IEM, the beginner's journey, if you will, the tutorial stage to the IEM world. Starting off with the first thing you should consider is, of course, the sound. Yes, surprise. Now what you might not know is that IEMs have different sound signatures. They don't all sound the same. Or else we wouldn't really have a hobby now, would we? Now this topic itself can be an entire video on their own, but for the sake of this video, I'm gonna boil it down to only two different main options. Do you want exciting sound or do you want normal sound? Exciting sound are signatures like bassy signature, V-shaped signatures, U-shaped signatures, Harmon. And normal sound is something like the JM1 target, or as we enthusiasts like to call it, the meta tuning. Now if you don't know what any of these means, don't worry about it. It's kind of pretty self-explanatory. The normal sound is normal. There's no significant boost in any area, like no extra bass, not a lot of extra treble. Everything just kind of sounds normal. And the exciting sound signatures are signatures that has extra bass, extra sparkly highs, and so on and so forth. V-shape, U-shape, Harmon, JM1, meta, these are search terms you can use to search on Google or on review sites, if you will, when you're looking for IEMs that, you know, have these kind of signatures. Now the one thing not to consider that's relating to sound signature is the marketing. Yes, whatever the brand says that the IEM sounds like is most likely wrong. Don't listen to any of it, because of course they're going to say, oh, the bass is amazing, the mid-range is amazing, the treble is amazing, the sound is amazing. They're never gonna say it's bad, all right? So whatever the brand has on their page about the sound or anything relating to it, don't listen to it. Research from a lot of reviews out there on YouTube and on forums or on some websites, or if you have the chance, just try out the IEM yourself. Next thing you should consider before buying an IEM is the fit and comfort. Now there are two things to talk about here. First one is the shell size. Some IEMs are big, some are wide, some are tall, some are thick and chunky. It really depends on what your ears can handle, because everyone's ears is different. It's really hard for me to say that, hey, don't buy IEMs if it's this big, or don't buy IEMs if it's too small. It's not that easy. Maybe if you know you have smaller ears, don't get an IEM that is obviously massive. But again, the best way to figure this out for yourself is to try. Now the second thing is the nozzle size. Now where a lot of people have problems with the nozzles are in two different areas. Number one is the nozzle width or the girth, how wide that nozzle is. Some people with smaller ear canals might not be able to handle a girthy nozzle. But again, this is something that you have to test out. Personally, I don't have a problem with nozzle size. My ear canal is big enough to be able to handle pretty much anything that I've ever put on. The one thing I have problems with sometimes are the nozzle length. Now, this is a rarer problem than nozzle size, because most IEMs nozzle length is perfectly fine, anyone can fit it. But there are some fringe cases where it's either too long or too short. Too long, resulting in an uncomfortable fit, or too short, which can result to a not ideal fit. Next is the third point to consider, and that is the accessories. Now, accessories comes in all ranges of quality depending on the IEM that you purchase. Of course, if you buy an IEM at $20, you can't really expect too many accessories to be in there. But in any case, there are some basics that I myself look for when buying an IEM. Number one is a generous selection of ear tips, whether it's in the different sizes of the same ear tips or various different types of ear tips. And the reason this is important is because Ear tips play a big role in how an IEM fit in your ear, and an IEM's fitting plays a role in how it sounds in your ear. You want an ideal fit with a good seal, which requires the previous point, like I said, with the shell size nozzle, but you also need good ear tips. Now, if an IEM doesn't come with good options of ear tips, and the ones that it comes with doesn't really fit you, guess what? You're gonna have to spend more money buying aftermarket ear tips. So it is nice if an IEM has various different types, or at the very least, various different size of ear tips. Now, most of them do, but you know, good to look out for brands that have even more options than the rest. The second piece of accessories I look for is the cable. I want a relatively decent quality cable that won't tangle as easily, that doesn't have a lot of memory. Now I do realize that since you guys are so new, you guys won't know the context behind, like, you know, what's good cable, what's bad cable. Now the easy way to combat this, if you're not near an IEM store that you can go and try these stuff out yourself, is to watch a lot of the reviews that are available on YouTube. Now videos is really good here because you can actually see how the cable, you know, is in visual rather than a description in text. Now the reason I care so much about the cable is because bad cable just give you bad experiences and you don't enjoy using the IEM that you just purchased. Even if you like the sound, even if you like the fit, if the cable sucks, it kind of ruins the experience for you, which may lead you to have to swap out the cable for an aftermarket cable, which costs you more money. And the last thing you should consider before buying an IEM is the services and quality assurance of the store you're buying from and the brand that makes the IEM. Now, since you're new here, I'm gonna save you the disappointment that may or may not happen to you depending on how lucky you are. With IEMs, there are chances, though slim, that you will get a unit that has channel imbalances, which means the left and right side don't really sound exactly the same, or a unit that is just faulty. And when that happens, you want a store that is able to handle the return replacement process without any hassle. Now, all the major stores that you see being recommended online tend to do a pretty good job at this, so don't worry about that. This is more to caution you from buying from non-reputable places, like used market from someone you don't know, or a store that's not really reputable, no one knows it, etc, etc. And on the brand side of things, it's pretty simple. Try to pick a brand that has a good track record or good reputation for quality assurance. All right, that is it for this super new beginner guide to the IEM world. I hope you guys enjoy all those information. There are a lot more to go into, but since this is the super noob guide, I'm gonna keep it at here for now. And of course, if you have any questions, ask that down below. I'll try to reply to as many as I can. And with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out and bye.